Everybody, Dr. Ellerie here. We're talking about facial Taishins today, one of my very favorite beauty tools. Now you might be wondering what a facial Taishin is, or the beauty wand. A beauty wand is actually used in Japanese acupuncture. It's used to move chi, which chi equals glow. It also can help with puffy eyes, it can help with stress, it can help with all sorts of different ailments, and it can be used as a self-care tool, or it can be used if you're a practitioner on other people. It's my favorite way to end treatments because it's just really relaxing and soothing. So let's go over what the facial Taishin is, why we're going to use it, and how to do a complete treatment. So I first learned about Teishins when I was in medical school learning acupuncture, and I went to the National University of Natural Medicine. It's in Portland, Oregon, and the program is a classical Chinese medicine program, but really there's probably 6 or 7 different lineages of Chinese medicine and Japanese medicine within that school. A lot of smart people in one place. And I fell in love with Japanese acupuncture because I found it to be very gentle and still effective. So very powerful, but gentle. Didn't need to use a sledgehammer to get results with it. And it's just so soothing and nourishing. It really resonates with my body. And so I dove deep into Japanese acupuncture. Japanese acupuncture is gentle because many times it doesn't use acupuncture needles that we think of, ones that you stab into people's bodies. It uses these kind of needles that look kind of like knitting needles, like little baby knitting needles. And what that does is it calls chi to an area. When chi stagnates in a body, that's when things slow down, and that's when disease happens. There's ease and there's dis-ease, and so we want to get the ease going back into the body, the flow going back into the body. So this is a tool that gets flow back into spaces, which means that things that shouldn't be there can get released, and then nourishment can be brought back into an area. So if you think of the face, a lot of things get stored up in our heads. You can think of even resting bitch face. It's like we're getting all this tension in here. Everything's kind of contracting. We need more flow and ease in our face. Now, I have a background in jewelry making. When I went to Cal Poly for engineering, I also studied art, and I studied jewelry making, and I started teaching classes at the Craft Center at Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo. And so I have this background in metalwork. And when I was in acupuncture school, I saw these tools, these Teishins, and I thought, hey, I bet I could make one of those. I really like my Teishin because it's a lot more delicate than other Teishins I've seen on the market. A lot of these are, I don't want to say made for men, but they're a lot thicker, they're not as light. And it's nice to have something that's just a little more delicate. So you can see that there's a fan shape on one side and a little pointy side on the other side. And we can use both of these sides in a beauty treatment. So to go over an overview of a beauty treatment, what I like to do is I like to start at the chin, go to the cheek, keep on going up the cheek, and you can kind of see the cheekbone, and then right in the sinus area. This area can get really congested. And if you feel your face, sometimes you can feel it. It's more like a density that is a little more, I'm trying to think of the word, but it's more dense. It's more dense. And then other areas feel really light and open. Those are areas that are blocked versus areas that are open. And this is a really common congestion area, especially right now it's springtime. There's seasonal allergies. So let's treat this area in here. And then we want to go up over our cheekbone and get that nice lift. And then under the eye, over the eye, And then we're going to do the other side, same thing, cheekbone, cheekbone, the middle here, get those sinuses, drain those, over the cheekbone, lifting, lifting, eye underneath, eye over. And then we're going to get to my favorite part to treat people because this feels so amazing. This point here is called yin tong, and this is like the snooze button of the body. So we're going to go and really work that area in the sunburst pattern. And don't worry, I'm going to go through all of this again, but using the tool. So all the way sunburst pattern, and then we're going to use the pointy end of the tool and go through the hair and go all the way on one side, all the way on the other side. And then we're going to work on our neck and on the sides of our neck and really get this area released so that all of this that we brought up can drain out down through our neck. Okay, so let's go through how we're going to hold our Teishins. So you can see that I have the fan shape over my finger, and there's just a little bit of the pad over my finger that's still exposed. That's so that we can actually feel our skin while we're using the tool. So let's actually start with our forearms, because our forearms have different channels running down them. You can just go right down the middle here. It's our pericardium channel. And there's areas that feel really open and then areas that feel more blocked. And think of your skin texture. Does it feel soft? Does it feel smooth? Does it feel rough? Does it feel kind of doughy under there? Just slightly notice all of those feelings and those sensations, because when we go to our face, we're going to be feeling those sensations to know which areas need to be worked more and which areas are kind of doing okay. So that's feeling like it's getting more and more open. So as we give a treatment, we'll feel the texture of the area change, and that's a good thing. That's what we're going for. So after you felt your arm, and you can feel different parts of your arm, this area in my arm has more roughness, so it probably needs a little more attention. And this is something I could do as a practitioner if I was giving a treatment, but today we want to do our faces. So let's start with our chin. So on the face, sorry, my seasonal allergies are going there. So let's start on our chin. So just little strokes out towards the edge of the face, but I'm just gonna focus on my chin because my chin is feeling like it has a lot of dry skin on it today. So, and if I looked at a map of the face, the different organs relate to the map of the face. So I would look that up and see what's going on in my body. And for acupuncture, I might treat those points associated with that organ. So once I feel that texture change on my chin, get a little smoother, and it's feeling better, then I'm gonna go out to the jaw, and I'm gonna go on the jawline. You can even go a little underneath the jawline. If you feel like you're kind of getting those saggy jowls, this can help move any of the stagnation out of that area. And so the rule for this is you can get really detailed in areas that feel more stuck, less smooth, more rough. And then areas that are more open, then you can go a little faster on those areas. So this treatment can be as slow or as quick as you want, really. You could do this treatment in 3 minutes, or you could do it in 10 minutes. So after the jaw, then we're gonna go mid-jaw here and out. It feels really, really relaxing. I feel like I want to stop talking because I just want to zone in here. And you can go over your above your lips. You can even go on your lips, really smooth them out. And then we're gonna go here. In this area, I was working a little bit before. If you have sinus issues, you can actually notice sometimes your sinuses start draining when you do this, so I'm gonna grab a Kleenex. And then back out, and back all the way out to the side. So think of kind of going in front of your ear here as kind of the end zone for almost all of these here. Here, 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 going out to where that little ear notch is. How about puffy eyes? You can see I woke up with a little bit of puffy eyes today, so let's go underneath. This is my favorite tool for puffy eyes because the skin underneath the eye and over the eye is some of the thinnest skin in the body, and we have to be so gentle with it. We don't want to stretch it, we just want to stimulate it. And get that fluid just right underneath the surface. Gently ask it if it wants to leave the area and depuff. Now this area right here, this is on your bladder line. It's an area that's been known with a tool like this to help puffy eyes and in an acupuncture sense. So yeah, get that right under the eyebrow there. Oh, it feels good. All right. So then we would go and do the same thing on the other side of the face. So work on the chin, it's dry there. Go under the jaw and kind of scoop and lift. Then this line, I'm going through it quickly, but you can go really slow. You can just, and then over and lift on your cheekbone, and then your sinuses. Now I switched to my left hand. You can do this over with your right hand. It's a little less ergonomic, but if you're just starting out, it's okay to use one hand and not both hands. And then the eyes, over the eyes. And sometimes I like to pause and just do a little bit of rolly on my temples after that, just because it feels good. You don't need the tool for it. Okay, and then let's do yin tong, our snooze button. I think this treatment is so amazing because it was used by Funamizu, who was the Japanese acupuncturist who really taught me an in-depth treatment on how to treat patients. He used this after the tsunami in Japan for people who are experiencing PTSD and stress. And I don't know if you guys have been stressed out lately. It's been kind of a stressful period of life. So this is just really, really, really calming, relaxing. And I'm feeling a little more rough skin right in this area, so I'm going to focus until I feel kind of a smoothness and an opening there. Okay, and then this is everybody's favorite part. Oh my goodness. Going over the scalp, using the pointy end, and going all the way down, and then back up. There are a ton of acupuncture points in the head, and the more stressed we are, or the more that we're thinking all the time, the more that chi and heat gets trapped in the head and it doesn't descend. And these points that we're stimulating here actually help release that heat, and that can help calm our minds. So these are really important points. And if you're treating a client, they will love you for doing this. Who doesn't love a nice scratch on the head? Okay, so now we're going to change techniques. this is how most people use Teishins. If you think about it, it's like if you're a little bird with a little tongue, you want the little bird tongue just to gently rest on the skin. You don't want it to poke, but gently rest on the skin. So like, just like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch the skin on my neck, and then I'm going to peck like a bird. So this is the motion that I'm doing with the tool. So stretch, peck, stretch, and peck. And feel where the areas on your neck that are really tight. And this will just gently, gently help them unwind. There's way more as far as practitioners, if you're an acupuncturist, on how to use that technique effectively, but I'm just going to leave it there because that's the most basic version. And you can always end a treatment by just gently rubbing down the neck. That helps your lymph flow, all the stuff that got released down your neck. Okay, so that was Facial Tation 101. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm going to keep on posting more videos on how to use these guys, gua shas, facial derma rollers, and I have them all for sale on my website at drellerie.com/shop. And you can also find a link in my bio to get there. I make these in small batches, so they might sell out and it might take a few weeks for more to come in, but get them while they're good. I have a few listed right now. And any questions, please, in the comments, let me know, and enjoy your beauty treatments. All right, take care.